everybody, it's Susan Phelps. I'm in Sarasota, Florida, and today I want to talk to you about something other than real estate. You're on my channel, so you know that I put lots of videos out there about new home communities and things to do in Sarasota. Today, I want to talk to you about a very important issue. I want to answer some questions that I get asked about all the time. So hang in there, and I'll be right back. So the other day I was talking to a customer and he said, "Isn't Sarasota kind of trafficky?" And I said, "Trafficky? Well, I suppose it's all relative." Most of the people that I talk to that come down here from Chicago, New York, New Jersey, even from California, tell me that the traffic here is just not that bad. I suppose it's all relative. Locals think it gets pretty bad during season. We make some adjustments. We add a few minutes onto our usual routine, or we just change that routine so that we're not in traffic when, it's heading towards, when the traffic's heading towards the beach in the morning and coming back in the afternoon. There's some things that you can do. But the county and the city have been very proactive in managing the increased traffic in our area. This mass migration from the north and from the west has created more traffic. There's just no way to get around it. And that brings me to one of the first solutions that we've come up with in Sarasota, and that is roundabouts. Roundabouts, they've been used for a long time. In Europe, they're called rotaries. Some people call them traffic circles. Here, we're calling them modern roundabouts. I have some information that I want to share with you and some great photographs that will explain why we're using modern roundabouts. Now, number one, they're quite efficient. They reduce delay. Think about it. If you're sitting at a red light and you're looking around and there's nobody else at that intersection, don't you just want to move through it? But being a very good law-abiding citizen, you're not going to do that. So you sit there and your motor's running and your gas is burning and you're polluting and the noise is polluting as well. Well, when you're in a roundabout, you're just continuing to move. You're slowed down, hopefully, and the traffic just keeps flowing. Now, it's safer for drivers because there's fewer fatal and serious injury crashes. Think about it. If you're at an intersection and somebody runs a red light just when your light goes green and you get hit by that runner, it's not going to be pretty. More serious and more fatal crashes happen at intersections. The other thing is it's safer for pedestrians and cyclists. The slower vehicle speeds are added safety for pedestrians and bicyclists. And now we have pedestrian hybrid beacons. And I'll show you a cool picture of how that looks and how that's working for pedestrians to cross through the roundabout. Didn't really make sense until I saw the photograph. And then we have the fact that it's more resilient. It operates at all hours. If there's a power outage, the lights go out, but there's no lights on a roundabout. So the traffic just keeps flowing. It's also more sustainable. It's green. It's got reduced noise and reduced pollution. And it's sustainable because once it's built, it just needs a little maintenance. And what we're doing in Sarasota, I think is really cool, is every roundabout that's within the city is going to have public art installed in the center. So that's what you'll see in the city when you come here. Now, it seems like those roundabouts take a long time. We had one go up on 10th Street And now that's completed and it's working beautifully. We had one in South County in Venice on Jacaranda. Now that's a big one, and that seemed to be a big challenge for some of our drivers, especially our senior drivers. And so what the city did was put together a video to teach people how to do a roundabout. You can find that video on the website, scgov.net. And they've actually done workshops in the communities so that people can ask questions and see the videos and the models that they've put together to educate people about roundabouts. So the other day, I was on a webinar with Visit Sarasota County and Colleen McGew, who is the Chief Transportation Planner for the City of Sarasota. She gave us some great photos, some of which I've already showed you, and she explained what some of the completed projects were, like the one I mentioned at 10th Avenue, the roundabout at 10th Avenue, and what some of the upcoming projects were. And the next one being the roundabout that's going to be at Ringling and 301. And a lot of people are very concerned about that. A lot of people don't want it, but I do think that it's going to work. I think it's going to keep traffic from backing up over the bridge that goes out to Longboat Key. I asked her how she thought it was going to work with traffic coming around the bay and then north on 301. And they do have it pretty well planned out as far as I can tell. I'm not a traffic planner, but it looks like they've put a lot of thought into it, and the traffic will keep going. There's not going to be but one detour, and that's going to be the traffic that goes into the downtown area. So if you want to get some more information, here's a website. You can go to this website and you can watch the video, and you can see more of the photographs of the different improvements for the roundabouts in Sarasota. Now, there's also what's called a diverging diamond. This is a major roadway improvement on I-75. It's happened in other parts of the country. We didn't make it, we didn't come up with it first off. We've studied it in different parts of the country and have seen that it could be useful at some of our major intersections off of 75. The first one that went up in the area was at University Parkway and I-75. And while that was going on, it just seemed like there's no way that it could ever be finished because it was such a massive project. But now, when you go by or you get off of it and then go through and under it, it just seems like it's always been there. And it does really run smoothly. You don't even realize that you might be on the wrong side of the road at one point until you go back onto the right side of the road. But it doesn't matter because it's all very well marked and it really does work. Now there's one also going up in Manatee County, and I think that one's almost finished. And then there's one that's going to be built at Clark Road, which is State Road 72. That is the road that you get off of 75 and you go straight out to the south entrance of Siesta Key. I can't wait for that one to start because that means that it'll be done sooner. And all of these developments that are out east, like Sky Ranch and Grand Palm, maybe this will be done by the time those new residents are moved in there and they won't experience a backup in getting on and off of I-75, because 75 does get very, very busy. Over the years, we have improve some roadways that run parallel with 75, like Honore. And now we have Lakewood Ranch Road that's coming down the into Sarasota County that parallels 75, and that's taking some of the stress off of 75. We still have rush hour backups, I'm not going to lie to you. So you just have to plan your trips. So if you go on to YouTube, you can find some videos about diverging diamonds and how they work. So when I first looked at them, they looked pretty confusing to me, but once I've driven them, I can see that they really do work. And they've already done a study and determined that in our county that it's resulted in fewer crashes. So that's really good news. So if you'd like some more information about the traffic in Sarasota and you want to find more about the new plan, the Sarasota in Motion traffic plan, which is part of the master plan for mitigating traffic problems in Sarasota. And not just mitigating problems, but enhancing the travel in Sarasota by bike and by walking. We have a program called Sarasota in Motion. You can find that on this website. And you can read about how it's going to make it easier for people to connect to Legacy Trail through downtown Ringling Boulevard. And it's going to be fabulous. I think that it's a real step in the right direction. Now, you have probably watched the video about Legacy Trail. That is not only a recreational and adds to our enjoyment in the city and the county, but it really is part of our traffic mitigation plan. So check that video out and check out that website so that you can find out more about traffic in Sarasota, Florida.